So part three, I think that's right. Anyway, he and I started becoming friends. We would go out and sit in the UC, they're the Commons, and we would visit sometimes. And anyway, he started telling me about different things, and I'd tell him about other things in my life. To make a long story short, one day he was talking about his girlfriend, and she lived in Midland, I believe it was, and how he has to pay so much money to have a taxi drive him all the way to Midland to see her ever so often. And he was going to see her in a couple weeks. And without me even thinking, okay, and again, this is relevant, so forgive me on all the details, because it's the details is where you're going to see God. I ended up just coming out of my mouth. I mean, it never went through my brain. I never thought this. I said, well, I'll take you sometime. And after I said that, I thought, gosh, I'm trying to do my best in school this time around, and I don't, good thing nobody was there because I just spit on myself. So I said, I'm trying to do my best, and I really don't have time and all this, but I thought, oh, well, and I said, well, we'll have to give me some notice. And I started making all these stipulations, which later I realized was very stupid, and that was not from God. That was me. But anyway, time went on. He goes, why would you do that? And I said, and I just went, wow, the way it had come out, I had had God do that before. And I said, well, it'd be fun. And so I guess it was just a short, maybe week or so. Again, don't quote me on these little details because I don't remember exactly. But anyway, he said, he called me up and he said, hey, would you mind taking me this next weekend? And my very first exam was going to be the following Monday, which was not a good thing for me because, again, I have to really study in order to do well. But I said, of course I will, because I knew that God wanted me to do it. And I couldn't tell why I knew that, but I just knew it. So anyway, and I can tell I've already gotten a little ahead of myself on this story, but I'm going to keep going this direction. So I ended up meeting him at his grandparents' house. They lived in a little trailer house on the other side of town. And when I walked in, he introduced me to his grandmother. The only thing he knew about me is I went to church. We didn't talk about God a whole lot yet.